Hi, I'm Alonso Martinez. Well, many things. I've been lucky enough to have a lot of people that amplify who I was. Some of those people were, for example, so my mom was a photographer. My dad was really into technology. When we lived in Mexico, he brought one of the first computers to Mexico and helped distribute them in Monterrey. And then the third one I would actually say is a math teacher. He was the first person that I truly believed that he enjoyed his job. Like, he was so passionate about math that he shared that fire with me. And I think since then I've just been so curious about the world and just appreciating its beauty. Yeah, it's like elegant, inherent beauty. For Coco, it was very easy. There's two examples. One of them was the age thing. So one of them was I was connecting with my mom, asking her about a lot of music or a lot of Mexican artists that I had not heard of because they were from her generation. So I was connecting with them in that way. But the other thing was Dia de los Muertos, which is what Coco is about. It's actually not too celebrated in the northern part of Mexico. And so it was, for me, it was kind of getting acquainted with those. But other than that, in my day-to-day work, it's just things that, like, even before I was working on a Coco, in my office, it was just filled with alebrijes. And I've just loved the brightness of the colors and the very graphic shapes of the characters. And that type of art style really makes its way into my work in that when I make characters, I love them to be very graphic and very simple in the same way, yeah. That can mean a lot of things. I certainly am proud. When I think of being Latinx, I think of this. I'm just so happy to be connected with this depth of history. I'm so excited about where I come from and the richness of the cultures and the traditions, and that makes me feel special. And unfortunately, that's not always pictured that way in everywhere we live. But I think it's certainly something to be proud of. Yeah.